Hello, welcome to 1979. Pumping them out quick this week, trying to catch up and just get caught up to where I'm actually at in my watching. That way, some of these don't fade out of my memory because I'm watching so many that if I don't get myself caught up, like these ones I watched like 2 weeks ago at this point, so I need to get them nice and caught up here. So I'm just going to jump right into it. I'm going to keep these episodes like straight to the point, show off the movie, um, show you what the case looks like, and then give my score and thoughts on each movie. And 1979, another excellent year in horror. Uh, Starting it out with five like absolute must-haves. All of these ones that I'm about to show are five of like the best of 79 that I've seen. So starting it off here, this is from Criterion Collection. This is The Brood from David Cronenberg. Nice Criterion there. I think this is the only way to get this one in Canada, is through Criterion. But yeah, comes with nice poster here, I think. Really cool poster with all the info on the one side and a poster like that on the other. And that side's just all the write-up and on it and everything. Okay poster. Nothing special, but I never put any of these up, as I've said plenty of times. I am thinking about it because I live in like a up 2 flights of stairs to get to my apartment. So I was thinking about, and there's nothing on the walls up those stairs. So I was actually thinking about putting movie posters all up my walls coming up to the apartment. Would be pretty cool, I think. Might do that with all these. Actually get a use out of them. Yeah, The Brood. The hell can you say about The Brood? Absolute must have. This one is about a 3.5 for me out of 5. And there's so much good stuff in this movie, like without spoiling the story, what can I say? Phenomenal performances from everybody involved. It feels like I've heard stories about why Cronenberg made this movie, and it was because he was going through a nasty divorce with his wife. And you can kind of tell, like that's what it feels like. It feels like a nasty divorce. Sorry about the frickin' bikes. Apparently there's like a bike show going on at 1 a.m. here in Woodstock. Like that's like the 10th bike that's driven past my place, and all my windows are closed. That's how loud they are. And it's 1 a.m. It's the body horror, especially in the final act, is like disgusting. Like almost make you gag kind of stuff. Like it's just disturbing to look at. Nothing like super like vicious or nothing. It's just straight up body horror. Nasty shit. Cronenberg, the king of the body horror. Basically a guy and his wife were fighting sort of over custody of their child, and he believes that she's mentally unfit to be having kids, and let's just say there's a bunch of little creatures in this movie killing people, and it's a mystery as to why and what they are and everything. But yeah, The Brood is an absolute must have, in my opinion. Obviously in Criterion's opinion as well, because they decided to put it out. Kind of special features we got here. We have a complete documentary about the making of the film and Cronenberg's earlier works. A a documentary on Rick Baker, the special makeup effects artist. Tons of special features, as you would expect with the Criterion Collection. Expect to get good stuff there. Essays, appearances on different talk shows by the actors at the time. Art Hindle as well, I really like. So far, like, of all the movies I've ranked so far, he's in, like, this is like the third movie I think he's in of since 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, and now 79. He's been in 3 or 4 of the movies I've done. He's a good actor. He reminds me of like when I look at him, he looks like Brad Pitt's dad or something. Like when he was young, he's not an old man, but in these movies he kind of resembles Brad Pitt, so it looks like it was his dad or something, like a little bit. But yeah, good movie. Next up here, we're bumping up to a 4. A 4 out of 5 at number 4. And that is the Amityville Horror with James Brolin. Phenomenal acting in this. Margot Kidder's awesome. Everybody's awesome. This is another, like, prestigious. This falls in the vein of, like, The Omen. The original Omen. It's just like a prestigious, well-made horror movie. Uncomfortable ass moments with James Brolin. Man, his performance. To me, his performance is like pushing the Jack Nicholson level in The Shining. Like it's getting to that. It's not that. Don't get me wrong. It's not that good, but that's what it feels like. He's just a guy losing his mind. Everybody knows the story to Amityville. This has tons of releases. Vinegar Syndrome just put it out in a nice 4K that I'll probably pick up eventually. But like I said, I usually don't upgrade my Blu-rays to 4K. I would rather add a new movie to my collection than do that, but if they're reasonably priced, I will. So on, like, if I manage to find the 4K, which I probably won't because it's Vinegar Syndrome, so it will just get more expensive as time goes on instead of the other way around. But with that said, this copy looks and sounds beautiful, so the 4K probably looks and sounds a bit better. But is it like $60 here in Canada for the 4K through Vinegar? Like it's a pretty expensive upgrade, like for just a little bit better picture and a little bit better sound. But anyways, not about that. If you can get this movie in your collection, by any means. That's what I'm all about. It's just having the movies in your collection. That way, if you ever want to watch any of them, you don't have to worry about a streaming service having it. You don't have to sign up to 10 different streaming services to find it. Like, I am a streaming service guy, too. I have a few of them. But I wish I could not, to be honest. I wish I just had everything. And that's what I'm working at, as you can tell. Yeah, number 4. A 4 out of 5. And sitting at number 4, the Amityville Horror. For anybody that hasn't seen it, I'll give a quick synopsis. It's a man and his wife move into a house. It's the Amityville haunted house, based off of it's supposed to be a true story, but obviously we know the truth. Dude just lost his marbles and killed people in the house. But solid stuff. It's a must-see. Next up here, we're moving up to like the 4. Like this next one's a 4 to 4.5 for me. It's a little bit better than Amityville. This is Nosferatu the Vampire, starring Klaus Kinski. Phenomenal acting from him. Like it's directed by Werner Herzog. This performance from him is so uncomfortable. and good that this is like the standard. There's a new Nosferatu movie coming out this year, and Skarsgård is playing him, I believe, and he's got a lot to live up to because Max Schreck from the original also does an unreal job, obviously. And then Klaus Kinski in this as Count Orlok is fucking on a different level. I personally like this version better than the original Nosferatu from 1922. I love the original too. Like the original is probably like a 4 for me as well, but this one's just a little bit better to me. And it might be because there's actual talking and acting and everything. Well, not acting, there's acting in the original one, but talking, color, just that gothic feel here as well. They nail. The storyline is actually like sad. Like this frickin' version of Orlok is creepy. Like he's just uncomfortable, depressed loser of a vampire. This is also from Scream Factory here. We do got reversible art. So I have that one on the front there, which is a nice photo. Oh, I guess the reversible is the same thing, just in white. So yeah, you can have it in white, or you can have it in the dark. I think I'll throw it in the white, because a lot of my Scream Factory spines are dark. I like having some color in there. Adds a little bit of color to the spine. I like that better. But yeah, you can watch this in its original German language with English subs, or it comes in English. I have seen it in both. The original time I watched it in German, its original language, loved it. And then I watched it in English on here, loved it as well. Both versions are excellent. I will say that the German comes off creepier. Their language is almost gothic feeling as it is to me. So the German version comes off as creepier. But yeah, if you haven't seen Nosferatu the Vampire, check it out. Grab it. Must have. If you're a fan of vampires, this is like an absolute must have in your collection. It's great. And now we're moving up to the 5 territory. My number 2 and my number 1 spots are both 5s. So just pull up my number 2 here. I've covered this one on my channel before. This is from Blue Underground, 4K, of Zombie. Yeah. Lucio Fulci. In my opinion, at the top of his game. This is, he's got some bangers, but this is arguably my favorite from him. Oh man, what can I even say? This one comes with the 4K, and the disc 2 is just a bonus disc, so it only comes with the movie on 4K. Beautiful. Like Blue Underground, honestly, they're doing some of the best transfers there is. I would say they're the best boutique label for 4K transfers. Everything I've seen is unreal. Looks and sounds just awesome. Yeah, so this movie, if you've never seen it, go into it with an open mind and don't expect like a Dawn of the Dead remake style of zombie movie. This is a more slow-paced version of a zombie movie. It's just very one sec, I'm gonna check and see if there's reversible on this. No. So this is only comes with that normal cover, which is awesome. I love that. This is It's slow-paced zombie, but it's so well made. Like, uh, the I don't even know like where to start. I guess it doesn't matter about spoilers. I'm not gonna do go deep on the storyline. I'll just say that the zombie effects are top notch. I would say, personally, I actually like this more than, um, even more than like the original Night of the Living Dead with George Romero's version. This is a top notch zombie movie. This is a 5. And there's not a whole lot of zombie movies that are 5s for me. So if I was making my top zombie movies of all time, this one is making a case for first place. I don't know what that list is exactly, but it's just different. The fucking score is flawless. Like, it lived with me afterwards for days. Actually, I was just like humming the sounds. It made me want, when the movie ended, I actually wanted to watch it again. I was just like, man, that's so well made. Um, I'll just give one cool moment that I think is really awesome that sets this one apart. There is a zombie versus a shark moment in this movie. Yeah, let's leave it at that. That's how different this movie is. There is a zombie versus a shark in this movie. Absolute must watch. 5 out of 5. I can't even say enough good things. Storyline's awesome. It's just a slow outbreak on an island type storyline that leads to an even bigger picture. Then obviously, and my number one is Alien. I have this in multiple versions, but this is the 4K version. I thought I'd show that one off. This doesn't come with reversible, right? Drives me nuts when the slip cover's the same as the art on the inside. It's like, why even give me a slip at that point? Like, I don't even care. I want different artwork on the inside. Yeah, I'm picky like that. Because I don't really care about slipcovers. I'm not like... I know it's blasphemy in the collector's community, but I don't really care. Like, obviously they're nice to have, but I don't... It's not the end of my world if I don't have a slipcover. So, if you're going to give me a slip, at least give me alternate artwork underneath so that when you pull the movie out, it's different than the slipcover. Because to me, it just makes the slipcover obsolete. But yeah, what can you say about Alien? Greatest alien design in movie history. There's a start. I don't even think it's close. I don't even think there's a close to. There's some good ones. Obviously, there's a lot of good ones, but this is easily the coolest, in my opinion. I love the slow burn of this first movie. It feels like true horror. A lot of people, this is a big argument that a lot of people love to have, and is Aliens better than Alien? I don't think so. I would give Aliens a 4.5, where this is an easy 5. So, or even if I gave them both a 5, this is a 5.5 then. Like, so that's how I determine my 5s. Aliens I give a 4.5 because I think this is better. I just love the slow burn of it. The storyline is excellent. The fucking chest bursting scene is unreal. The reveal of the alien. I've seen this younger as well, so it does help if you haven't seen 5, 6 Alien movies first before you've seen this one. Because seeing all that stuff for the first time is the mystery of it is the biggest point of it, right? Like the build up to the reveal of the alien, and as it's slowly growing in their ship and getting bigger, the whole reveal of it is the best part of the movie. So if you've seen, like, if you watch the franchise backwards in the newer movies and everything else, there's like 10 aliens in the movie and they're all running around. At that point, the alien doesn't feel special to me anymore. It's why I like this one a bit better than Aliens. Because in Aliens, they're just like, okay, let's take this slow burn and turn it into just an action movie, basically. And the aliens, other than the queen at the end of Aliens, all the rest of them feel like pointless, like they're a bunch of pussies. And that's what I don't, it kind of bugs me. Where in the first movie, this one, it feels like an unstoppable creature, and they have no fucking hope. Like, they have no chance to beat this thing. Like, you even try to kill this thing, and it spills its blood on you, and you die. Like, it's just phenomenal. And then the acting in this first one's on a different level, where I find in Aliens, the best character other than Sigourney Weaver to me is Bill Paxton. And everyone else is just okay. Lance Henriksen's decent too, but everyone else to me is just okay. Where everybody on this one gives up solid, feels real performance. I don't know why I'm comparing the two. I can get off that. I'm only talking about Alien. If you haven't seen Alien, I don't think anybody that would be watching a movie channel hasn't seen a movie like Alien. I don't think that's possible, but you never know. Yeah, absolute must see. This is actually a pretty stacked episode. Like, my fifth place is a 3.5, and then I have 2 5s at the top. Like, such a good year, man. And this is only 5. I could probably do like a 10 easily and still be showing you top-notch titles. You could go into the 15, 20 area and you're still seeing quality titles for some of these. Every year, actually, that I've done so far. Because I've made lists of all the horror movies that I would want to watch. Like on Letterboxd, there's a spot where you can create your own lists. I've created a list for every single year of horror, starting at 1920, and I've added every single horror movie that I would ever want to watch that I've heard of. If movies come out that I've never heard of from those years, then I'll add them into my list as movies I want to watch. But like, these years all have 35, 40 movies a piece in them. And I don't own them all. I wish I did. I'd give anything, like most collectors, to just be like, I own every single horror movie that is even worthy of a watch at all, or that would even pique your interest to even turn on. I own all of them from a year. That's pretty cool. That's kind of like my end goal with being a collector. Like, when you're talking about certain genres like this, like horror, in my opinion, the best genre in movies. I would love to finish off some years. Like, I do have a couple early years finished, like 20s and stuff, because there's only a handful of movies for those years, right? Like, there's even years. I think there's 2 years from 1920 to 2024 that I don't even have one movie, so I don't even have a list made, because they were just dead years for horror in the history. Not one movie that you could even consider a horror movie came out. If you go on the lists, the top ones, if you search the most popular horror movies of those years, the top ones aren't even movies that are horror. They're just like crime movies, almost gangster movies they're putting in, because there was just nothing. There's only a couple years that had that throughout the last 104 years of movies. So yeah, I have at least one for everything. But yeah, thank you for joining me yet again. Like I said, I'm gonna pump out tons of these episodes, and get myself caught up to where I am and watching. That way I can not fall too far behind, not have a lot to say about these. But yeah, thank you again, and I will see you in probably tomorrow night. Like I'm gonna probably do one like every night this week. Just knock one off. Maybe even on the weekend. I don't know. See how bored I am. But yeah, thank you, and I will talk to you 24 hours probably.